The bustling CBS Mornings studio in Times Square hums with the crisp efficiency of a New York dawn on an overcast October Monday in 2025, the curved anchor desk a beacon of broadcast blue under LED luminosity, the audience a mosaic of morning commuters and celebrity chasers. There, CBS Royals watch. Placards popping like confetti as co-anchors Gayle King, Tony Dokoupil, and Nate Burleson file in. Tony, the 44-year-old investigative dynamo in a tailored charcoal suit that accentuates his prosecutor's poise, his sharp jaw set for the day's deep dives. The applause amplifies as Meghan Markle, the 44-year-old Duchess of Sussex, sweeps in with unassailable elegance, her lithe frame draped in a flowing taupe silk blouse and wide-leg trousers that evoke Riviera restraint, her radiant waves restrained in a low chignon that crowns her composure. She's here to unveil her trailblazing Archwell Apex, Frontline Futures, a AI-augmented platform forecasting veteran reintegration via predictive analytics, inked with Google Cloud for worldwide rollout. Gayle greets her with her iconic embrace, Nate nods to her narrative noose, and Tony tees up the opener. Meghan, from scripted scenes to scripted solutions, you're scripting a revolution. How's the home front harmonizing this high-wire act? Giggles gush as Meghan melts into the marquee chair, mapping moments of maternal mirth. Archie, 6, his futurist fiddler, fiddling with code kits echoing dad's drone diplomacy. Lilibet, 4, her pixie programmer, phase debugging puzzles with meticulous magic. The rhythm's rapturous for 16 minutes. Teaser tapes torrent, Meghan in majestic moderations with Malala mentors, her monologue murmuring, futures aren't forecasted, they're forged. Burleson bonds over boldness, King glows on grit, Meghan musing on mindfulness milestones post-Megxit maelstroms, the throng transfixed in triumphant trance. But as the ad arc approaches, Tony, the 60-minute scourge with his CBS pedigree and personal stake in scrutiny, eyes narrowing to needlepoint precision, leans laser-like. Duchess, frontlines forward-thinking, front row salute to service scars. But let's level. You've leapfrogged from lineage to launchpads, spares salvo shredding sibling sacraments while Charles confronts chemotherapy and William warps under the Windsor warp. Is this AI armor another algorithmic assault on the ancestors, or have you archived the animosity for Alliance's algorithm? The sanctum seizes like a skipped heartbeat, an arctic exhale envelops, bystander brows beating as Meghan's mellifluous mirth metastasizes to masked metal, her manicured mitts merging on the mantle in a murmur of mounting ire. She suspends, her suit's scripted suavity surging to sharpened saber. Tony, futures favor the fearless. I've framed forecasts from the fissures that fractured my family, fissures fueled by fictions that felled my mother. Spare wasn't assault, it was antidote, arming my brood against the baying brigade. Interrogate from your inquisitor's ivory as inviting, I've inched through the inferno. Tony, tenacious as a trial transcript, thrusts back with tempered tenacity. Antidote. Or accelerant, your algorithm-ing ancestral aches into app accolades. Diana's diplomacy diffused dynamite, yours detonates dynasties for data dollars. Alliance, armistices with algorithms while kin knit in the nucleus. Forecast the fortitude, Meghan, but firewall the family feud, or is the fractious firmware your featured function? Inhales ignite inferno, Gayle's gaze gapes, Burleson's banter box, the multitude mutating into murmurous mobs. Meghan's mantle mantles a maroon, timbre transmuting to tempered tempest. Fractious fashion falsehoods, Tony, you've tackled truths in Tehran and Tripoli, but this reeks of royal reruns. My function, fortification, for the frontline forgotten by the firm's facade. This isn't featured, it's foundational, fancy the forum, but not the facilitator's feint. The fusillade furors, Tony tabling, tattletale transcripts, on her, disruptive directives, Meghan mustering media massacres and monarchical machinations that midwifed her manifesto. The cadre clutches, Gayle grasping, Grace guides, Burleson bridging, bridges build, but the blaze blazes, the bleachers bifurcating into boisterous blocks. Abruptly, Meghan elevates with unassailable poise. Tony, your mornings morphed my meridian, I've forecasted enough for one forecast. Crew, colossal kudos for the conduit. Crowd, code into frontline for the frontier. She unhooks the harness with heirloom haste, hastens hence with heraldic hustle, her hegira herding the handlers like hounds at heel, detailing her decampment as Tony, tenor tested yet triumphant, turns to the tube. That's the thrust of transparency, thorny, but thorough. We'll unpack post-pause, broadcast bolts to buffers, backstage boiling in bedlamic brew, liaisons lashing lines, while Meghan's hurried helo hurdles her harborward, Harry's FaceTime flashing. Megs, you were epic, home for harmony. X erupts in eschatological ecstasy. Hashtag Meghan kicked off CBS Trends torrential in terraseconds. Pilfered patron panoramas piling 35 million metrics. Memes melding her migration to high hopes, harmonies. Diarist detractors dance. Piers postures. Dokoupil's dagger on the Duchess. Via viral verve. Omid orates. Dawn's deplorable deceit. Hashtag Duchess defiant. Gale graces group chat. Passion propels purpose. Peace to the pioneer. This contretemps. No, nominal natter. It's a news nexus nuke, where a newsman's noose nicks a noble's narrative, narrating noontide news nadir. As the megalopolis metastasizes, one oracle orates, when Meghan meets Tony, kicks Aaron AAFF, they're offside, igniting infamy. As twilight bathes Hollywood in a golden haze, the Dokoupil-Meghan clash on CBS Mornings ignites a digital wildfire, scorching screens from Sunset Boulevard to St. James's Palace, where hashtags birth battle lines and banter fuels a global gabfest that's louder than a stadium encore. The show's control room buzzes with frenetic energy, editors slicing footage like a DJ remixing a hit, Tony unwinding with a kombucha, reflecting with a wry grin, phew, that was a key change I didn't see coming, she's got pipes and a point. The next episode opens with Tony's signature warmth. Folks, Meghan's a warrior for her cause, we got heated, but hearts like hers keep the beat. Love ya, Duchess. The audience cheers, but the unedited clip's already loose, racking 60 million views on TikTok by nightfall, fan edits sinking Meghan's exit to stronger beats, while X's hashtag Tony Burns thread hails her real talk takedown with 1.8 million posts. Meghan, back in Montecito's serenity, posts an Archwell Instagram, gratitude for stages that amplify, but truth needs no spotlight, just space. Frontline, sings on. The platform surges to number 1 globally, downloads spiking 500% as fans rally, Harry whispering over coffee, you turn their shade into a symphony, love. Palace murmurs surface via the Express, Charles, weary of endless theatrics, William's camp hinting at a private peace push, derailed by the drama. Late night hosts pounds, Jimmy Fallon reenacts the walk-off with a tiara and sass, joking, Meghan left faster than my Wi-Fi at a family reunion, while Stephen Colbert salutes her mic drop majesty. CBS's ratings soar 42%, execs eyeing a Real Talk Redemption special, but whispers of stricter guest briefs circulate. Meghan's squad mobilizes, Alicia Keys tweets a heart emoji, Oprah pitches a Futures Forum livestream to unpack the clash. Detractors dig in, Piers Morgan's YouTube rants, Meghan's martyr rerun, while feminist X posts frame her as rewriting royal rules. Paparazzi swarm LAX, but Meghan's decoy detail dodges the flash, slipping her into mom mode with Lily's dance recital. Tony, dining at a Tribeca taco joint, toasts with his team, stirred the pot, sparked a bop, that's my jam. The fallout fuels broader chords. Mental health orgs laud Meghan's stand against media traps, conservative threads sneer, privileged walkout. Reddit dissects Tony's smirk at 8:03, TikTok stitches Meghan's retort into empowerment anthems. Archwell counters with a Futures Hub app, free tools for veteran wellness, turning sting into strategy. Tony DMs Meghan, girl, you're fire, tacos to talk it out. Meghan's reply, maybe over playlists, Tony. As Law's stars twinkle, the clash crystallizes a truth. This wasn't a throw-off but a throw-down, where a duchess's defiance duels a journalist's jab, amplifying both. No crowns cracked, just conversations crowned. Tony's tenacity is TV gold, Meghan's mission is movement. The audience, hungry for the raw, reaping revelations from the riff. This storm's no squall, it's a sonic boom, setting stages ablaze with the promise of Mo. 3 weeks later, as November's golden light drapes Law's hills and London's spires, the Dokoupil-Meghan kerfuffle has softened into a soulful serenade, weaving discord into a duet of purpose that resonates from soundstages to social feeds, proving clashes concord into change. Meghan, radiant in Montecito, hosts a Frontline Futures launch gala under twinkling fairy lights, stars like John Legend toasting her unstoppable spirit, the platform clinching Grammy nods for its soundtrack, a second season greenlit with UK youth choirs. Tony, back on his NY set, dedicates an episode to Futures Forged, inviting therapists to unpack the clash's lessons, his monologue heartfelt, Meghan's got heart and hustle, we bump notes, but the melody's mutual respect. Ratings hold sky high, Tony's Timelines, special planned, featuring Meghan's initiative. Archwell responds with a scholarship for young coders, from clash to code, turning tiff into talent. Palace ice melts subtly. Charles's office leaks a hopeful note via the Times. William's earthshot speech nodding to shared forecasting. X shifts to hashtag Meghan Tony melody. 5 million posts blending their banter into harmony edits, set to Kelly's piece by piece. Late night lingers. Fallon fakes a peace jam with Meghan and Tony avatars. Colbert's band riffing a Duchess duet. Broader notes ring. BBC panels probe media versus mission ethics, citing the clash. US networks adopt empathy preps for guests, ensuring less ambush, more accord. Archwell's app trends. Download soaring as youth share coding stories. Tony's memoir reissue adds a Meghan moment, climbing charts. Meghan muses beachside. Tony's spark lit my fire, stronger together. Tony, jogging Griffith Park, tells pals, she's a queen, made me rethink the rhythm. Legal loose ends vanish. No suits, just DMs. Tony's, harmony over tacos, Duchess. Meghan's, playlists first, Tony. As Thanksgiving nears, the Sussexes host a music fest. Tony zooming in for a virtual duet. From hot mics to high notes, cheers to heart. Laughter seals the stream. The fracas, forged into a forte, flipping fury into fellowship, where morning duels distill into dialogues of depth. Meghan's mantle, majestic, empress of empathy, amplified by adversity. Tony's, kinetic, songstress sharpened by sincerity. In this alchemy of altercation to alliance, the core sings, TV's tightrope, where walkouts weave into wisdom, and, kicked off, kindles, tuned in. No thrones toppled, just stories struck on the anvil of authenticity. So raise a mic to rows that ripen into riffs, to stages that summon shared strength. Meghan Markle's Tony tussle, not a throw-off, but a throw-on, a radiant remix of Resilience's beat. And if morning drama's your vibe, vibe this, the set's alive, the sequel's soaring.